Hello, guys. Anyways, today is the 2nd of October, which is my favorite month because of Halloween and all of the Arrowverse shows, super seasons premiere. There are new seasons premiere this month, and it's my birthday. And I still need help with actors because I only have a male cast still. And I need some female, but if you're a male and you want to act out, then that is okay because we still need actors even if they're male. But yeah, since I'm still 15, I'm gonna let out some of my rage and still continue to make my age 15 terrible by showing you the Scooby Doo top 10 worst movies made so far. Because guess what? There's about 38 of them out right now. Rules live action movies do count. Scooby Doo, the new Scooby Doo movies do not qualify. That is a TV show, not a movie group of movie. TV specials will count if they were released on a DVD. Okay, number 10, Scooby Doo Legend of the Vampire. It's not really bad because it's still 6 out of 10, so I would recommend it on occasion, but just the mystery was bland. Some of the secondary characters were bland, but they do introduce again the Hex Girls, which is a bonus, and the musical numbers are awesome, including the finale one where Velma sings the Scooby Doo Where Are You theme song. This being the last time we hear the Scooby Doo theme song in a cartoon Scooby Doo movie. Scooby Doo the movie, it's terrible pretty much, but I do consider it saved only because Scrappy I hate so much, so seeing him the villain is really satisfying and getting what's coming to him too. As well as the deleted scenes are actually pretty cool, as well as the beginning opening is also quite unique too. Scooby Doo and Arabian Nights tries a different approach and had Scooby and Shaggy come as food testers for an Arab king. Unfortunately, they eat everything and threaten to get their heads cut off, but Shaggy dresses up like a woman and tells the prince two stories, one of which I do kind of enjoy because it's Aladdin only if he was a female and Jasmine was a male. And it's actually a pretty good retelling, especially with them having Hanna-Barbera cartoons like Yogi in it, so it's actually not too bad, but most of the Scooby Doo part of the movies are complete garbage in this one. Scooby Doo and Franken-Creep is up next. This movie, I'll admit that when I first watched it, I completely hated it. It probably would have gotten higher if I didn't rewatch it, because when I rewatched it, I admittedly enjoyed many of the scenes more, like Scooby Doo gets the mystery machine blown up, and also the villains are villains from the past trying to eliminate. By eliminate, I mean kill. I mean, there's a huge explosion, and so like the climax is completely brilliant, but the rest of the movie is kind of bland and not really fun, especially the monster. It's kind of a lame monster. Well, Chill Out doesn't have bad, actually. I think I'd enjoy it better than Franken-Creep, but it has nothing special about it. Nothing special about it. It's literally so generic you can completely forget about it. It's the only one where I kind of like, oh, this movie exists. It doesn't have any real bad moments, but it doesn't have any good moments that stand out. So it's just bland and whatever. Number 5, Moon Monster Madness. Originally I enjoyed this more than Frankencreep, but then I realized that Frankencreep came out first, and that I kind of enjoyed it more during the second watching, because I realized that quite a few of the elements from that movie were brought into this movie, and it wasn't too good. By good, they tried to make it so the villain's so threatening, but at the same time, when you're copying yourself again just a year after with exploding because you hate the gang for being so them, then it just is boring. And the monster doesn't really have any impact. I think we only see him twice. Also, these new movies kind of cross over musical chase scenes, which I thoroughly usually enjoy. Number 4 is Scooby Doo and Kids. If they had made the witch actually real instead of just a hallucination with it, I actually would have liked it. But unfortunately, they did not do it, and so it feels like a cop-out, and just isn't that good when it comes down to it. Scooby Doo Goes Hollywood. Now, for a long time, I did consider this the worst Scooby Doo movie ever. But after rewatching stuff, I realized that I do like quite a few of the scenes. It's just that I kind of don't like the fact that there's just Scooby Doo trying to get famous off of doing something else isn't as entertaining as seeing him cowering in fear of a monster or something like that. I mean, I like the disco scene with Scooby Doo, and the western part wasn't too bad too, but overall it really didn't do much for Scooby Doo. Next is Scooby Doo Music of the Vampires. The only thing that stood out to me is the musical numbers, because they make a return, but instead of them being there for the chase scenes, it's the gang who sings them. So it doesn't really work so well. Admittedly, the beginning one with the monsters, Scooby and Shaggy singing how they're glad that they're rid of finally on vacation, I do quite like, but all the other sing-along moments, no. And the mystery isn't really entertaining, and the monster kind of looks like crap. I'm not even joking. Look at that. Look at that. Bad. My guess is that they were trying to jump off of the ending, since this came in 2012, on the ending of the Twilight series, and no, do not copy the Twilight series. Just because they're successful doesn't mean something that's a copy of it will be. Number 1 is Scooby Doo Adventures: The Mystery Map. Terrible, complete garbage. Like, literally the only reason this exists is because they wanted to cash grab. Puppets and Scooby-Doo do not go together, and you can tell that they were probably planning on more of these, because Scooby-Doo Adventures, it's not like they say Scooby-Doo The Mystery Map, a puppet adventure or something. It's adventures, like, hey, we plan on making more of these, but probably realized after unsuccessfully releasing it that it was not a good one. It doesn't even have red herring from the pup named Scooby-Doo, which probably led it to be so terrible. Because, again, if you're gonna base it off of the show of the Scooby-Doo, you should have the main characters, including the pesky side characters that appear in it. And that's the list. Goodbye, and I'll see you tomorrow.